So would you consider week 5 must-win game for the 49ers? Yes, I do. Considering that their division is as good as it is, with the Rams where they are at 3-1 and the unbeaten Seahawks, you can't afford to fall behind any more than you already have. So a game like Miami, a team that you should beat, but a team not to be overlooked and not to be taken lightly. Being that it's my brother's team, I do know a little bit about them. Watching their games, they are a team that can put up points and can move the ball. Mike Gesicki, the tight end, is an up-and-coming tight end who's very talented. They can throw the ball around. They can throw for a lot of yards. They can score some points. They're not completely inept as an offense. Their number one wide receiver, Devontae Parker, is a guy that the Niners really got to find a way to lock down. With our secondary being compromised the way that it is, and our pass rush not being as lethal, it's definitely going to be something that we're going to have to work on. Miami is not the most... I would say they're a team that's gettable. They don't have a great pass rush. They're not a team that's going to scare you off the page like, say, Philly did with the amount of guys that they can send at you. And because of that, their secondary is gettable. You know, I've watched enough of their games to see guys be targeted and picked apart, mainly because they don't get to the quarterback as often as you would like. There's been talk, or a question was asked to Kyle Shanahan about Richard Sherman coming back this week, as well as Raheem Mostert, and that looks like a negative. So we're going to have to face him again without our, arguably our top running back. I mean, actually, it's not really a conversation. Raheem Mostert is our top running back. The running game has suffered without him. Part of that is the offensive line, but part of it, I think, is just his explosiveness through the holes is just different than McKinnon. We definitely miss him in the running game, which in a way helps the passing game as well. Richard Sherman being down, Dante Johnson was hurt during the last game with his groin. Witherspoon was down. The Niners are really thin at corner now. I don't even know what the situation is with Emmanuel Mosley. So this is going to be a tough one, even for a team that you should beat. Being down as many guys as we are in the secondary, and now, of course, as you guys heard, we lost Ziggy Ansah for the year with a torn bicep. So the pass rush is in shambles. This is going to be a trying year for us. I mean, every game now is questionable if we can win it or not, just because of the amount of injuries that we've suffered at key positions. Miami is beatable, but I don't think they're a team that could be taken lightly. I've seen enough of their games with my brother and watched enough of them to see that Fitzpatrick is not someone you want to take lightly. The guy can sling it. He will throw them to you. He likes to try to fit things in a tight window, so you will get them if you wait for them and if you're ready for them. He has a ceiling. Fitzpatrick, he can wow you with his numbers, but then he'll kind of remind you why he is who he is. And to me, the thing with Miami, too, is that they have Tua as a backup. And you wonder if, because the Niners struggle so much against mobile quarterbacks, if we might see him in this game in some sort of packages or something where he can get to the edge and make the Niners pay. I mean, it's obvious the Niners can't stop anything, run action, anything with the mesh point involved where you have to decide who's got the ball type thing. They struggle mightily. Even when they were at full strength with all their guys, they struggled. And now with lesser players at those positions, they struggle even more. Fitzpatrick can move it on the ground himself too. So this is going to be a game where the 49ers really got to try to improve on their last outing. They have to try to get to the quarterback. And when they do, they got to try to get him down. They're going to have to generate pass rush in some way, form, or fashion. They don't really have much right now other than Kerry Hyder. We're still waiting on the return of a guy like Ronald Blair. I don't think he's available to come back until week 7. Guys like DJ Jones and Javon Kinlaw and Eric Armstead and others they have to step up. They have to play better. Deion Jordan, it's a tough task to ask because he's not really that good, but everybody's going to have to play their part in trying to get this win. Miami's a gettable team. They are beatable. The Niners just aren't on the same level as Seattle and the Rams. They just have a lot of injuries on key positions, and every game for the 49ers is going to be tough from here on out. Their schedule gets really, really, really hairy now. So the fact that they couldn't go 4-0 in their first 4 games is really going to hurt them down the stretch. In most divisions, say like the Dallas's division, the NFC East, you can make the playoffs with a losing record. Not in the NFC West. It's the best division in football, and so the Niners have their work cut out for them. But it all starts this Sunday. So that's going to do it for that. I'll drop any news later in the week if anything changes, if any signings happen, or if any other news drops. There was the news that Mohamed Sanu was cut, which is going to anger a lot of fans, including myself. Why not cut Dante Pettis and not a guy like Sanu? It makes no sense. He'd be the last guy I would cut. As far as like if I had to pick a name out of a hat who I'd rather pick, it would definitely be Dante Pettis. For some reason, he's untouchable, even though he doesn't perform or do anything, and it's unfortunate. I liked Sanu's veteran leadership, and I thought he was important. If you look at Brandon Ayuk's Twitter, he definitely reacted to it with a WTFY. So, interesting news. But that's going to do it for me. I'll talk to you guys later, and until then, see ya.